What's the role of a school like UC Berkeley, a public university?
What's the role
For a public university? Is this an example of government going too far, or is this?
Where there's no prohibition for public education, where I would draw the line is the state of California.
You guys come over here.
Because there's no authority in the Constitution to say that the people of New York should pay for your schools in California. But even Jefferson, was very sympathetic to starting a public education system within Virginia. So there's no prohibition against that. I think there's a lot of good arguments about private education too, but what you want is competition. You always want competition. There's public school systems which are legal in this country. But when the federal government takes over, they get into more trouble. And private schools and homeschooling is very good because it causes competition.
I have one last question. A lot of students on campus are really concerned about the environment, and recently there was a group that pushed to have a plastic bag banned in the city of Berkeley, and that's gone through. I'm wondering, what would you say in terms of environmental rules like that, banning the plastic bag in a city due to negative externalities?
Well, of course, at the federal level, they can do whatever they want.
Right.
And if the people object to it, they have to change the rules again. But plastic bags is more difficult than, say, protecting the environment generally, from pollution. Because nobody has a right to pollute another person's property. And private property is a pretty good protector of the environment. If you look at the more socialistic and communist the nation has been, the worse the environment has been. But private owners are very, very much aware of protecting their property. Also in the Industrial Revolution, governments and big business got together and sort of legalized pollution and made it much worse. And they actually got permits, and they still play games. In the kind of government we have now, the big companies can get to control the EPA and design the rules that would help them and hurt the little guy.
All right, sir, CalTV, and that'll be the last one.
I'm Ashley Morgan. Really nice to meet you, sir. Just considering your stance on federally funded public education, I know you want to cut the Department of Ed. Why did you decide to hold this town meeting at UC Berkeley today?
Well, because I had a lot of invitations, a lot of supporters here, and they wanted to hear the message of civil liberties and war, and also the problem with the deficit and the budget. But there's no authority in the Constitution for the federal government to be involved in education. States have no prohibitions, and they can do it. So we just went over this a good bit a minute ago. But the states, they can do what they want. But one state doesn't have the authority to force another state to pay for their educational system, because they might get careless and the costs may go up. And economically speaking, the more the federal government's involved to promote education, more students, and pump money in loans and grants, what the net result is higher prices. And that's why students now are graduating. The educational system hasn't provided the right kind of training for the right kind of jobs. And the students are ending up with huge debts and no jobs. But that's all part of the economic problem. So there's no economic benefit long term to subsidize education from the federal level, because that just causes prices to go up. Okay.
Thank you so much.